And it's interesting that for somehow the sculpture got to an exhibit at the Chicago World's Fair, and children in Minneapolis raised money in order to bring it back, bought it, and now rests on the creek. Now, approximately 150 years later, you have come this afternoon on the summer solstice, just as millions of people a year do. Although you have not had long to be here in this place, we hope you have enjoyed these few moments at this one of our oldest state, regional, and city parks. I want to ask you, Wirth, a favor. When you return home and you are saying thanks to everybody and you're telling all your friends about the wonderful park system, I want you to think about this. I am the chair of the Operations and Environment Committee of the board. I take great pride in my particular staff and managers. I am fortunate to work with unions, our environmental staff, our maintenance and operation workers, the people who drive the trucks, mow the lawns, keep the turf growing, manage, and the trees cut. A few years back, you may have noticed we've moved to less mowing and more wild areas. We've developed more wetlands. We're now starting to build green buildings, including adding solar panels to some of our buildings. We are learning new ways to take care of the parks every day. But even with modern day's technology, it still takes elbow grease and the power of the people to make it all work right. These folks are the people who maintain and keep these parks beautiful. They do not often get big rounds of applause, but I hope on your journeys through the parks, you'll give thought and thanks to the people who maintain the system for all to enjoy. Please give them some applause. And you've had your picnic today in the park. I hope you've been enjoying, and I have enjoyed meeting so many of you. Please don't forget to sign the book, Conrad's book, and I hope Barbara will be able to return home as soon as is at all possible. I'm very sorry for that. I will see you one more time on the boat. Don't forget your coats. Thank you all for coming and giving us inspiration and helping us to learn more, just as you have, about the great history of our parks. Thank you, Ted. Thank you, Joan. Thank you to all the volunteers, those of you that work with the Legacy Society, and to you. Now, I gotta do this. And thanks, the deer, thank you. Mother Nature, thanks you. Thanks for coming to our home in Minneapolis. See you tonight.
Well, upon leaving the falls, we went to the 36th Street overlook that has two parking areas. Unfortunately, it seems our trams went to the wrong parking spot to begin with, so we had to send out our intrepid rescuer. There he goes, through the trees, to tell them where to go. Here he comes back again into the fold. Well, until next week, this is your host, Stephen M. Nelson. We'll see you for part 3, the conclusion of the worthwhile weekend. Until then, get up, get out, and get involved.